Okay, so when I usually meet with doctors for the first time, I give them a handout of the uh, doctor manual and give them the link to it so that they can review it um, at home. And I always start off by talking with doctors, especially new grads, about um, essentially the maturity that you have to approach dentistry with. I think naively, a lot of us thought that dentistry would be easy and that um, we could run at a pace similar to or maybe a little bit more than dental school. And unfortunately, that has proven to not be true. If you're not ready to jump into the big leagues, um, unfortunately, you won't survive. And it's been our unfortunate experience that doctors that don't have that maturity and the mindset to understand that this is the very beginning of their career and that dental school was simply to help them get their dental license or their dental degree so they could get their dental license and to learn how to not kill people. If they really thought dental school was there to teach them how to play the game of dentistry, unfortunately, they're not going to do well. So it's very important that dentists understand that open and affordable is a proven track record of creating successful dentists, and it has um, taken all of us who came out with very little uh, clinical, administrative, managerial, and financial knowledge to creating dentists who are super successful, meaning they have busy offices, they have excellent clinical results, they have a wide breadth of procedures that they can complete in a timely fashion, and they have patients that are happy with those results and patients that are referring their friends back into the practice. And that's where we're trying to take you from basically junior high basketball to the NBA. We call open and affordable dental your financial and business residency. The fact is that you're going to get more clinical and financial, managerial, administrative experience than you would anywhere else. So if you can consume all of this and you can internalize it and you can be humble enough to recognize that you don't know a lot, you can, and you work hard enough, you will be successful. And that is our hope for all of our doctors. So we've created this new doctor advice to kind of take some of the pitfalls that we've seen and uh, basically help you internalize the mindset you need in order to be successful. Um, so you'll notice here, it's our goal to make you successful. Um, Success is multifaceted. There's clinical, there's administrative, there's financial. All of those play into success. Unfortunately, dentistry happens with open and affordable and with private practice in a small business. And so you have to understand that there's financial consequences to everything that you do. If you think that dental school prepared you to run a private practice, you're wrong. And it's very important for you to understand that very quickly, that this is a new game. This is private practice, and you need to learn the skills to survive in private practice. It's also imperative that you buy into the systems, the methods, and the flows that have a track record of creating successful offices. Um, if you think that your way or your professor's way or your dental school's way of doing dentistry is the best, uh, honestly, open and affordable might not be for you. You need to buy into the fact that we have flows, we have procedures, we have steps that we need to follow that have been proven to reduce problems and to get you through procedures so that you can complete them and make it financially viable and make it clinically successful. Um, if you believe that your way is better before learning our systems, just save us the time and go and open up your own office with your own name and your own methods. I think the reason that you're here is because you've seen an open and affordable office and you're intrigued by the amount of dentistry that we can do. And hopefully you've seen the smiles on patients' faces as they left the offices. After learning our systems, and you have suggestions on how to improve, whether that's from dental school, whether that's from a CE course that you've taken or researching online, we absolutely need and want your suggestions. We are an open book. We are the Linux operating system of dental offices. We want to know the latest and greatest, and we want to draw from the best of everyone. But until that time, you need to learn the flow and get very good at it so that you can contribute back to us what we're providing to you. So if you don't learn your part, unfortunately, your staff will sense it. You are essentially part of an orchestration. If you don't know your part, they will see that you're kind of out of step, and your staff will complain about you, and you will have staff that quits, and basically you'll be back to where you started, which is dental school, and you'll be practicing alone. And at that point, you will understand, wow, maybe open and affordable is right. Maybe I should follow these systems so that the staff feels like they're in an organized flow and there's just less missteps that are happening. So you and your staff will be trained to operate under two modes, fast and ultra fast. Well, you might think, I think that patients don't like fast. I think that patients will sense that we're trying to rush through things. That's not what we're talking about. What we're trying to do is make everything so efficient and so predictable that the patients really feel like, wow, these guys know what they're doing. Imagine the NASCAR pits. Is that rushed or is that fast? That's fast, and it has to be in order for them to win their races. Okay. So if you start creating slow habits, essentially the habits that you probably learned in dental school, you will have to retrain your staff as soon as your practice gets busy, and that is absolutely almost impossible because your staff will be used to sitting around, not doing things the fast way, and um, they'll complain when you try to change things. So you need to learn the fast and ultra fast mode from day one. And patients want fast mode. Patients do not want to be in your practice more than an hour. We always say this: patients tolerate you at minute 0, they hate you at minute 60, and they will never come back at minute 90. So you need to understand that you need to get your clinical procedures done as efficiently as possible. So fast mode allows you to see 40 or more patients per day without falling behind or making patients feel like you're giving them the less than the best attention. If you're taking an hour and a half doing a procedure, guess what? Your 2 other patients that are waiting for you are going to feel like they're being neglected, and they will walk out of you. Understand that you have invested more in your career and your practice than any of your staff. So expect them to work less than you. You need to be an example by your work ethic that you're willing to work harder than anyone else in the practice, and then they will follow your lead. We at Open and Affordable have spent countless hours and have exerted an extreme amount of effort to create all of this content that will help you be successful. So please utilize it and implement it in your practices. If you don't have the dedication, the humility, the time and effort to allow Open and Affordable to get you to that successful point, please tell us early, and we'll figure it out, because it's a lot of time that we invest to try to get a dentist to that successful point. And if you're not willing to do it, it's best that you maybe part ways with us. You'll be asked to learn small, fine details such as handoffs, words, intonation of words, phrases, chronological order of appointment types, to name a very, very few. There are so many small details that you need to know, and the accumulation of all those details add up to an amazing patient experience. And at the very beginning, it's very tough because in every single procedure, there's 500 tiny little details, tiny little steps, and you're going to mess up quite a bit of them. So it behooves you to reevaluate those 500 steps, study them, and eliminate the little pain points so that you can get those 500 things done, and it seems super easy. But that same attention to detail is required of professional athletes. Consider yourself a professional athlete who needs to win championships every day. Be amazing at what you do. If you think about professional athletes who win championships, they work on their game. They work on the very fine details so that when it comes to the last shot to win the championship, they've practiced every permutation of that shot hundreds of times so that they can increase their chances of winning that championship. So be amazing at what you do. This is your life's work. Be passionate about it. This is also the opportunity of a lifetime. We have helped many dentists gain financial freedom in saturated dental markets by simply making friends, solving their problems, and following systems. You're going to hear that a lot during this training, that making friends and solving the problems, that is a very, very profound formula. There are dentists out there who are that magnetic personality. They make friends super easily, okay? There are some dentists out there who are amazing clinicians. They know how to solve problems. But think about it in the opposite. If you aren't someone that has a magnetic personality, patients won't come into your office. If you are someone who has a magnetic personality, but your clinical dentistry is lacking, people will figure it out. Your fillings will fall out. Your root canals will fail. And they will eventually stop coming to you. So you need to figure out how to make friends and solve problems. The nice thing here is that our training tells you and shows you the things that a successful dentist are already saying and doing to be successful. And if you will simply say what they say and do what they do, you will get the same results. Even if you don't think that you have a magnetic personality, or if right now your clinical dentistry is immature, if you say what they say and you do what they do, you will get the same results. So don't take this opportunity for granted. Be super passionate. Our reputation depends on you. We're trying to create an organization that has an amazing reputation of awesome patient care, dentists who really care for their patients, and the most important thing is that your passion will dictate your success. So I am super excited that you have chosen to become a doctor with Open and Affordable Dental. Become amazing quickly so that we can have another doctor that is treating patients amazingly.